This waiver, you should have filled out then, but now you're doing it now, so I don't know what to tell you. Huh?
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting railroaded.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, man. All right, so let's go,
Not on my behalf. You guys made the mistake, not me.
okay. Let me pull up your case. Oh, this is the one with the pipe. Okay, I remember you from Saturday. Do you remember the incident with the pipe?
It wasn't a pipe, it was a broken bat.
Well, pardon me, young man. Excuse the shit out of my goddamn French.
Oh, well, even worse. Okay, broken bat.
I grabbed that because he had a chain wrapped around his neck.
Okay, it says that you made threats to the victim about causing bodily injury with the bat. You know,
I didn't say anything to him about he's a liar. He
okay,
works where my girlfriend lives.
okay,
Anytime me and my girlfriend have a disagreement or an argument, he's out in front telling me a bunch of shit. Like
got
this time,
okay.
she said something to me, I said something back, and he butts in. He just left me alone. He would have never been in any kind of situation. The guy's a dickhead. He's
Okay.
gonna show up.
Dick. Cock. Ah, dick. I like it.
Court will call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Jeffrey Altstatter, case number 22T00700.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Don Beasley on behalf of Mr. Altstatter, who is standing to my right. Mr. Altstatter, please state your name. Jeffrey Altstatter.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, we're here today for a violation of probation hearing. Are you requesting a hearing today?
I'm not, Your Honor. Mr. Altstatter was now left to accept responsibility for the violation.
Thank you. Mr. Altstatter, please have a seat, sir. All right, in this particular matter, we were here back on February 28th when Mr. Altstatter decided it was in his best interest to send this matter off for a confirmation test. The allegation is that he tested positive for alcohol via ETG test on February 21st, 2024 in violation of the no alcohol probation condition. Mr. Altstatter thought that it would be wise for him to send this out to get a test result back, which we now have. Mr. Altstatter, it's my understanding you're going to waive your right to have this hearing today and you're going to admit to the violation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sir, is it true that you tested positive and in fact drank? And that would have resulted in a February 21st, 2024 test, sir?
I did, ma'am.
All right.
You
All right.
can stop for a second, Your Honor.
One moment, please. I need to know what's on.
It lost it, going away the right to hearing and admit to a violation.
All right. All right, sir. We have to, okay,
Sorry, I had to get back to that.
we have to start over because it did not pick up the admission of the violation. Sir, is it true that you're waiving your right to have a hearing in this matter and you're going to admit to the violation?
I do, ma'am.
Is it true that you tested positive for alcohol
Yes, ma'am.
on February 21st and in fact did drink?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
The defense is likewise satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Oddstetter, you clearly have an issue. We've been doing this for a while now. Mr. Lebo, what would you like to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I certainly agree with the court that Mr. Allspear does have a very serious substance use issue. He does tell me that he's been attending Alcoholics Anonymous on a daily basis, and he does have a sponsor. He also tells me that back in January, his therapist abruptly closed his practice, and he's currently looking for a new therapist. I really believe this is a case of Mr. Allspear having trouble managing his substance disorder rather than one of him deliberately or willfully defying the court's orders. So I would ask that the court, rather than file the recommendation, put Mr. Oakstetter on a scram or a silver link and order him to get a new assessment and file the recommendations from that assessment for whatever treatment is deemed appropriate. Thank you.
Mr. Barnett?
Mayor, I'm going to leave it in your discretion. Obviously, he has significant issue and it has not been dealing with it in a very productive way. So I'll leave it in your discretion.
Thank you. You know, Mr. Oddstetter, what would you like to say, sir?
Ma'am? I humble myself before you in the fact that I did in fact drink and did in fact test positive. I did not believe that I drank enough to where it would have tested positive, which is why I requested or actually paid for it to be sent out for confirmation. But I do admit that I did have something to drink, even though it wasn't very much. I'm not a habitual drinker. I am an alcoholic. Obviously, I do have a problem with it. And it sounds joking when I say it this way, but it's more of a summertime drinking. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't intend to drink. I make mistakes. And anything that I can do to keep me from going to jail, I'm willing to do. I don't personally, I don't feel that jail would be a benefit to me, even though I have been violating my probation. I have had clean time, I've had sober time, and I've made mistakes. And clearly the record shows. Like I say, I humble myself and basically throw myself at your mercy, where I could do other means to correct my actions without going to jail. But then I finish.
This is upsetting, Mr. Oddstetter. the fact that you believe that you do this sometime. You're before me on two separate matters. Both of them operating a motor vehicle while you're intoxicated. One of them operating a motor vehicle with a high BAC is how we started, at least. You clearly don't understand the magnitude of the problem that you have. This is your third violation of drinking when you're before the court on drinking offenses. You decided that it was in your best interest to have a confirmation test, and now you're sitting here before me telling me that you didn't think you drank that much. The cutoff for ETG test is 100 nanograms per milliliter. Your results were 2,450 nanograms per milliliter, and you don't think you drank that much? That shows me how much of a problem you truly have. I don't think you get it. And that is what's really scaring me. You're to serve 15 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. There's no credit for that, and you will continue your probation when you get out. And we will talk then when you come back and see if things are better. I'm gonna set you up for 45 days for you to see me on May 15th. You probably need some serious inpatient treatment. We'll see if this does anything for you. If you can't get it together with this, then the next time you'll be going inpatient for a long time. Do you understand, sir?
I do.
All right, go with the officer.
On that wall.
I need to break up.
I'm sorry, who?
Me, Miss McDuffie, and probation, and Miss White. What's your name with the iPhone?
You're asking me? Oh, I'm sorry, so I should ask in Paige.
Oh, Your Honor, may we quickly approach the probation before we proceed? May. I need to break up.
No, they're in person.
They're on the Zoom.
I'm sorry, who?
Me, Miss McDuffie, and probation, and Miss White. What's your name with the iPhone?
You're asking me? Oh, I'm sorry, so I should ask in Paige.
First name Gerard, last name Calhoun.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Fortunately, too.
Meanwhile, in our universe.
All right, we're back on the record in the case of the state of Michigan versus Victor Frost. Mr. Frost, it's my understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty as charged to the charge of domestic violence. That is a misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days and or up to $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Understanding that, sir, is that what you want to do? Plead guilty as charged with,
I wasn't,
oh.
I was told that I could. I'm sorry, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I only have $215 on my card right now, and I only make $1,006 on a month.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Sir, as far
I'm
as
sorry.
the potential penalty and the fines and costs, you can set up a payment plan, but maybe you need to speak with your attorney so you can
Set up,
understand what's going on.
set up a payment plan.
Okay.
I didn't understand that I had that option.
Okay. So you are gonna plead guilty today? You'd be pleading guilty to a criminal charge.
That's
You
like,
understand? All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide, sir, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. All right, I'm gonna go over some rights that you have that you're gonna be giving up, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All
Right to have a trial by a jury, sir.
right, can I say something? My legs are in serious pain, and I can't sit like this for a long time. I have neuropathy, severe neuropathy, and it's really bad. I'm sorry.
Do you need to stand while I go over your rights with you?
I have to be in a lay down position, and just, you could continue, please. I'll try to bear.
Right. You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you, and you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. And in addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those rights, sir?
Does that mean I have to go to trial?
No, it means that if you want to go to trial, those are the rights that you have to,
Trial.
and no, but do you understand you have those rights?
Yes, I do.
And you
I'm sorry,
understand?
I'm not smart as cookie on the block.
That's okay, but you understand you're going to be giving up all those rights? And
Yes,
you're
I
not going to be having a trial?
Yes.
All right. And there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision you're making today, in all likelihood, is going to stick with you. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And do you also understand that if you were on probation, parole, or bond on May 19th, 2023, this could be a violation of that. Were you on those? Any of those?
And what you're talking about.
Were you on probation, parole, or bond, sir?
If I am on it or
were you on May 19th, sir?
No.
Okay, all right.
And
that's okay.
Very well, because I don't hear well out of my right ear.
All right, I'll try to speak up, okay?
Okay.
And my last question is, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
All right. So to the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we put on the record today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you to make you do this, sir?
No.
Okay, so on May 19th, 2023, were you at 909 Maplewood Ave here in Ypsilanti Township, sir?
At that time?
Yes.
No. I was at home at that time. Are you talking about when I attacked my wife?
Yes.
No, I was not at home.
What was the address that you were at when the attack happened?
Don't know the address, but I can tell you the streets.
Okay, what were those?
Lincoln and Michigan, East Michigan Avenue. There's a gas station. There's a gas station going towards downtown Ypsilanti, and behind me there's what used to be a school.
All right, Ms. McDuffie?
And across the street, there was a Family Dollar.
All right, 1 second, please, sir. Ms. McDuffie? He's indicating it didn't happen at 909 Maplewood.
I never did.
I believe they were walking home, Your Honor.
No. No, I never went home.
No, but you were walking home when it happened.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
Okay.
walking,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
1 second, Mr. Frost, please.
I wasn't walking home.
Mr. Frost, please stop talking, okay?
Your Honor, the description in the police report mentions that they were walking down the road. The address that the officers listed was their home address. So I am not, I'm actually not clear if Mr. Frost is representing that that it did not happen in the township, how far away they were from I'm not really sure what the location was that he listed. But that's what we have. It's not on
I think he's indicating that they were walking down the road.
He says he wasn't walking home. They were walking down the road, but I don't know how close he was to that location.
We were walking away from Lucas's, and I was trying to convince my wife not to I can't even think straight.
Mr. Frost, where were you walking to? Were you walking home?
We're walking toward downtown Ypsilanti.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I cannot say whether this address he's referring to is in Ypsilanti Township or not.
It's in Ypsilanti Township because Ypsilanti proper doesn't start until before you get downtown Ypsilanti.
If I can ask this, Your Honor, Mr. Frost got really specific earlier and he talked about a gas station and some cross streets. If I could ask him to convey that information to his attorney, if we could pass this, I'll look it up, see if it's within our jurisdiction. And if so, we can maybe amend the complaint on the record and proceed. If I can verify it is indeed Ypsilanti Township.
Thank you. I can pass it. Mr. Frost, I don't know if you have a phone or a computer.
I do.
Where you can go and get in bed until we get this resolved.
I'm not going to bed right now. Relax.
Because it's going to take a minute for us to look this up before I recall the case.
Not at my house.
Okay. Well, all right. Then I guess you'll have to sit there for a minute until we can figure that out.
I'll be okay. I mean.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I will call it in a moment. I'm going to pass this matter.
Many unbearable hours later.
All right, the court will recall the case of the state of Michigan versus Victor Frost, case number 23-00355.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Victor Frost.
Mr. Frost, if you could unmute and state your name again, please, sir.
Victor Harold Frost.
Thank you. All right, Ms. McDuffie, did you have a chance to look up those addresses?
I did, Your Honor, and I was also able to thank you to the court for getting that information, and I was able to actually listen to a little bit of the live stream too. I do see that on East Michigan Avenue and Lincoln Street, just like he said, there is a Family Dollar, there is a gas station, and there is a former school, exactly as Mr. Frost described, and this is in Ypsilanti Township in this area, so I don't think we have a problem with jurisdiction.
All right, thank you so much. All right, now that we cleared up the jurisdictional issue, Mr. Frost, first of all, you're still under oath, okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, miss.
All right, do you acknowledge that at that time and place that you indicated earlier, you assaulted and or battered a Miss Julie Frost?
Yes, I do.
And what did you do to Miss Frost?
I hit her with an umbrella.
All right, and she didn't give you permission to do that, right?
Oh, she didn't.
And that was your wife?
That was my wife.
All right. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied.
Sentencing in this case will be on April the 15th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m., sir. Did you write down the phone number earlier when I gave it out?
She did. My friend did.
All right, good. Thank you.
It's, what's this, appearance that I'm supposed to have, or a phone call, or what?
Yeah, you need to call them tomorrow after 9 o'clock and they'll schedule an appointment with you.
Who am I supposed to call?
The probation department.
Okay, I just want to make that clear. I thought that's why, but I have to make that clear. Thank you very much.
And call them after 9 o'clock tomorrow and they'll schedule a time for your next appointment with them. And then you come back here for sentencing, okay?
For what?
For sentencing.
And beating him down a little bit.
And remember we discussed this? Give me a call and we'll discuss this again, okay?
Your name is?
Meoff. Jack.
Sandra White.
Oh, I have your phone. Okay, I'll when do you want me to call you?
Jesus.
I'll give you a call this afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Frost. All right. I believe that at this point, we are going to get prepared for our in-person hearing. I'm sorry. Yes.